I think that's it. Again, I'm not showing anything. I'm not posting anything. I don't want anybody to post anything either because I don't want to be liable for this shit. And even though, you know, like I said, even though I didn't get invited to the From Software thing, I don't want to be like a loser about it and just be like, I'm posting all the leaks because they didn't invite me. Like, I still want to have like some level of integrity of like, you know, I think leaks are lame. At the end of the day, all I wanted to do was verify if it was real or not. I've seen enough. This shit is real. This shit is real. Yep. It's real. It is real. That's pretty much it. There's been like a couple boss fights. I guess, again, to summarize it, we've seen a new Darkeater Midir type boss fight. You thought Plasudasax was bad? Just wait for this motherfucker. You haven't even seen him yet. It's not actually Darkeater Midir, just for reference of size and scale and abilities and way, like, intensity. Then there's the Messmer fight, which we saw, confirmed. He got the weapon after he killed Messmer. Obviously, everyone knows what the Messmer fight should look like. We saw it in the trailer. We actually even saw gameplay of it in the trailer. It looks exactly like it in the trailer. Then we saw the final boss fight, which is, from what I'm being told, is 1 of 3. We've only seen 1, which is a boss we've fought before, and it'll be very controversial. It's a boss we fought before. And if that's the case, we're going to see a lot of mixed feelings about what that means lore-wise, implication-wise, whatever. Apparently, though, there are 2 other bosses that could be the final boss, I guess, depending on what you do in the DLC. And on top of that, if the bosses are who they are and are real, then that means my Messmer theory and the other video theory that I made on Miquella are real and accurate. Just saying. Those 2 theory videos that I made, if all of these leaks are true, those are going to age very, very well. Those are going to age extremely well. So if you haven't watched those, I would tell you to watch those right fucking now. I know I'm just promoting myself, but at the same time, if the leaks are real, it makes me a little happy because it's like, oh shit, I called it. And everyone called me a fucking liar. They're like, oh, you look dumb. They said Messmer's a tyrant. Messmer's a tyrant in the newest trailer. They said that. This aged like milk, blah, blah, blah. Guess what, motherfuckers? Guess what? Guess what, motherfuckers? Which Messmer theory video? It's on my channel. It's literally like one of my more recent videos. It's like my 4th most recent video. The Messmer one, and then I made a separate one on Miquella. And if both of those are, if everything we see is true, then both of those theories are technically not 100% true, but very, very accurate and pretty spot on. Did someone mention the Door to Darkness? It's my Messmer theory video. It's on my channel. Can still be a mod though? No. There's no way it's a mod because there are 3 different enemies. There's so many enemies. Like, there's no way someone would have enough time to make all of these bosses and all of the levels that the person is running through and recreating Messmer's spear and weapon art and everything, details, particle effects. Like, you guys don't realize how much polish would be required. That person would have had been making a mod for the last 2 fucking years, and at that point, they're just working at From Software. It's a review copy without the day 1 patch. Yes, that's also what I'm saying. So also, the boss looks a little bit unfinished. But again, some things look unfinished because we don't have the day 1 patch yet. So that's the biggest explanation for why things look a little bit iffy. That's the biggest explanation for why it looks the way it looks, is because it doesn't have the day 1 patch. But I'm putting my money on it, and I'm saying it's real. I'm confirming, based on what I've seen, it's real. I'm confirming, based on what the person has posted, there is a lot. Again, I'm not going to link it. I'm banning anybody who links it. I've said this on my whole stream. It's on Reddit. It's been on Twitter. Avoid that at all costs. I hope I did a decent job of like being able to say what it is without saying what it is. And do you reckon the final boss is real? Yes. I just think it wasn't I just didn't think it doesn't have a day 1 patch. I think there's just no day 1 patch. I think that's all it boils down to. There should have been a day 1 patch that is coming with the DLC, and I think that boss fight is just people accessing it earlier before the day 1 patch. Your Messmer theory is so real. I know, dude. I'm so hoping. Please, I'm hoping. Please, everybody called me a fucking idiot. They were like, "There's no way this is real." Blah, blah, blah. I mean, not everybody. Obviously, there were a lot of people who agreed with me and said I made some really good points. So shout out to those people. Want to give some love to the people who did believe me and did say it was credible. But please, if this is real, then that means I was fucking right. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Maybe it's a secret boss. I don't know. The one we fought, people are saying that it looks like the final boss. People are saying it looks like the one we fought. It's actually here. Here's another good way to put it. Without saying who, think Lothric twin princes. That is all I will say. Lothric twin princes. Lothric twin princes, except they're people we've met before. Don't know how that changes. It looks like a little bit unfinished, but again, nothing a day one patch with some extra polish and voice lines can't fix. All of the other bosses look pretty fucking legit. If they're not real, I'll eat my own fucking big toe. But wouldn't the final boss be Messmer? No, it's not. From what people are saying, Messmer is not the final boss. He's optional, I think. Maybe not optional, maybe required, but he's not the final boss. The final boss takes place in the trailer. Do you guys know about the trailer you saw with, like, I think it's like Melania holding up some, or not Melania, Marika, excuse me. That was a big mispronunciation of her name. Marika. Not Melania, Marika. Marika holding up the rune arc. You know where she was at? You know what she was at? That's where the final boss takes place. Right there. The final boss takes place right there. That final boss takes place where Marika is in the trailer. Except it looks untextured. It looks like there's no textures. Again, nothing a day one patch can't fix. It looks exactly where Marika was. It's basically the fucking twin princes from Dark Souls 3. Another fight is basically just Darkeater Midir, but on steroids from Dark Souls 3. And then there's the Messmer fight. Those are the fights that have been leaked. I've seen all of them. Very high quality footage. They're not like camcorders. They're like direct source 1080p. Do you see the remembrances? I don't see the remembrances. I don't want to post them. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's been leaked. And they look very, very credible. I went to confirm it myself. I saw everything. They look very, very real. I think the final boss looks a bit jank. But the Midir fight and the Messmer fight look extremely well polished and well made. The final boss looks a little bit unreal. But again, nothing a day one patch can't fix. Nothing a couple extra textures and polish can't fix. Are you happy with it? I think it's too soon to form an opinion. I think if it's... Apparently, the boss fight is lore-related. So if it is a boss that we fought before, it's apparently lore-related and has a lot of lore connections and ties. And that's probably the reason that we're missing that context, if that makes sense. Like, we don't have the lore context, so that fight looks like lazy and reused if it is true. If it is true, it looks a little bit lazy because we don't have the context of why it's happening. I just thought that the boss we already fought could be a secret boss. No, because people are confirming that it is the final boss. Because it also takes place, like, look at the trailer. The final boss is a twin Prince Lothric fight from Dark Souls 3 with characters that we've already met and seen and fought before in base Elden Ring. And then it's taking place in the place where Marika is in the trailer. Do you see the name and title that they use? No. But again, that could all be translation error, could be photoshopped, I don't know. I'm not looking at screenshots, I'm looking at actual videos. So the problem with the boss fights is that we don't have the context of the final fight, so it does look a little bit lazy from like a surface level, right? But if you look at the context more, it might make sense. If we know the lore, it'll probably make a lot more sense. There is a lot of reused shit. It is quite literally just Lothric princes redone. Except imagine if he could walk. Imagine if the Lothric prince, but one of them could walk and fucking spin and fly at you. That's basically it. Which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just we don't have the context of why it's happening. We don't have the context of what it looks like. Again, it's not actually the Lothric princes. I'm just saying it's a reference. Yeah, and apparently the final boss looks unfinished, but again, day one patch could fix it, all that stuff. And apparently there are 2 other bosses that could be the final boss, depending on what you do in the DLC. It shows the name and title? Yeah, I've seen it. I'm seeing everything right now. I don't want to look at pictures, though, because, anybody can kind of make a picture in Photoshop and stuff like that. I'm just looking at the videos. I'm looking at the videos that I'm seeing that are clearly real and high quality. That's all I'm trying to say about that. Multiple endings confirmed? No. There's no twin princes? No. I'm not saying literally twin princes, bro. Look up Dark Souls 3 twin princes. Look up Dark Souls 3 twin prince boss fight. Think of how that fight looks and imagine it with Elden Ring, 2 Elden Ring characters we've already met before. Multiple endings is not confirmed. It's more like an ending for the DLC, not an ending for the game, and it somehow ties into like the boss fights. Like it's just like a closure. I would say it's more like closure for the DLC rather than a full ending for the full game. And it changes based on what you do in the DLC. And one of the boss fights, apparently there's 3 different ones it could be. So I will leave it at that. I think that's really all there is. There's a bunch of other things coming out, like screenshots and you're praying you get to fight number 3. Okay, I gotta find where all of the other bosses are. I need to contextualize them. Hold on. I need to contextualize the boss fights. I want to see the other boss fights. Where are you guys finding that? Is it Reddit too? Is it Reddit too? I haven't seen any of the other boss fights besides the quote-unquote twin princes fight that I'm mentioning and referencing. We have seen them. They show the first phase name, the second phase name. Okay, it's on Reddit. Let me see if I can fucking find it. Let me try to find it. Past hour. What the fuck is this? Send the username on Discord? Yeah, you can put the username in Discord. No, I'm already on that account. I'm already looking at that guy's account. He didn't post any of the other bosses. Did he say the name? They didn't say the boss names. I saw all the fights already. I'm trying to see not the 3 other main bosses. It shows the name in high def. No. I'm saying I know, but I'm saying people are saying that the final boss fight could be 2 other bosses. I don't know if that's true. Where are you finding that? Where are you finding that the final boss could be 2 different bosses than what it currently is? Where is anyone seeing that? The DLC bosses are always peak. It's hard to believe that. Yeah. We're coping? Okay, never mind. You guys are lying. Okay, whatever. Fucking... Never mind. There's not 3... I thought you guys said there's 3 other bosses that the boss fight could be. I thought that's what everyone was saying. I see the 3 other boss fights that this person posted, but those aren't the final boss fights. Those are in different areas. Where do you send it, though? Hold on. I can't... Just tell me where to find it. Tell me where to find it. Is it on Twitter or Reddit? Orenbug. Is it on Twitter or Reddit? Just don't say it. Just tell me where to find it. I want to find it myself. Tell me where. You got a choice of 3 boss fights depending on your actions in the story. Okay, so that is what people are saying. There are 3 story paths in the DLC. Each one delivers a different boss fight at the end. Uh-huh. It's on Reddit. Okay. Fucking Reddit. Hate Reddit. God damn it. Search in the past 24 hours. New. There's another leaker saying that there are 3 main storylines where this is the only one of main bosses. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. So it's just comments. Hold on. Thank you. He showed me where it is. I found it. Hold on. Holding. Everyone hold. Holding. I found it. Holding. There's no pictures. Again, no pictures, but it's just word of mouth right now. What the fuck? Oh. Apparently there is content reuse. Sadly, lots of the enemies from the main game, but lots of new enemies too. Don't expect everything to be brand new. All the bosses are kind of new. How long is the DLC? About 30 to 40 hours, but depends on your playstyle. Story is vague, but indicates that he, and they're not saying who is he, is a Machiavelli villain. I still can't process the story, though. Someone said, didn't try PvP, but main bosses are very hard. How many main bosses got removed? There's like 11 to 10 main bosses. Most of them are as hard as Melania. 30 to 40 hours, not fully explored. I expect full exploration and completion to be a lot longer than 40 hours. It's like half of Elden Ring. There's a lot more dense areas, though. How many Remembrance bosses? 10. The final boss has separate storylines and separate parts of the map. Structures of this DLC is nothing I saw before, and the map is insane. Do we encounter Godwyn at all? No, he says. That is a big confirmation. Do we encounter Godwyn at all? No, he says. And this fucker is leaking shit. No Godwyn. Which is what a lot of people were thinking. Except, you know, I didn't say anything about that, but just saying. Other people were thinking. Yeah, so like a basic boss fight, a real boss fight. No Godwyn. Anything about Melina, the maiden? No, he says. There is no credit even. There is 3 separate lines of story in the DLC. That the main one involves Miquella, which is obviously, we know that. That's not a spoiler. The second one is related to Saint Trina, which again, we already knew and had confirmation that Saint Trina was involved some way. We already knew that. That's not a spoiler. That's nothing new. We've already known about that. They even confirmed it. Miyazaki confirmed all of that. And then the last one involves Madness and is chaos-centric, which reminds me of the, like, Shabriri ending, Frenzy ending in their base game. Again, nothing completely new. Then Messmer has a second phase, but he does not have 2 health bars. So Messmer's fight kind of functions like Godfrey's fight, where it's like at half HP, he'll just transform, but no second bar, like Miquella or like Melania. Melania has no second bar. Yeah, I want some chicken wings too, dude. Didn't see the Mature yet. That is, I guess, a name of somebody. Mature, not Martyr. I know what Martyr's pronounced like. It's Mature. Mater? It's Mater from fucking Cars. You guys seen the Cars movie with the talking cars? It's Mater. He's the fucking main villain. No, I'm kidding. Apparently you find out why Messmer only has one eye in the trailer. You find that out. Oh, so that's who he is. So that's who he is. Okay. So this confirms who the guy is being stabbed in the trailer. You guys know the guy that's being stabbed in the trailer? The guy that's being, like, impaled by what looks like a rune arc? That boss is the one that involves chaos. Something about chaos, something about frenzy. That boss involves that. That boss is basically related to chaos and frenzy. Any idea who Messmer's dad is? They just ignored that. There is a Dragon Hunter Katana. I think I saw that in the leak. There are a bunch of dragons besides the big name that I dropped, and most of them are reskins. This is going to be pretty controversial. Again, a lot of it is like we're seeing it too early, and keep in mind that when you see something too early, it will feel a lot worse. Leaks ruin things. I will say that right now. Leaking ruins the hype. It ruins the payoff, the whole thematic of it. You don't have the context. You don't have the finished assets in. Leaks ruin the final product. So don't go into the DLC with the leaks that I'm mentioning. Like, don't take them to heart, right? Be like, you know, observe them, be mindful of them, but don't take them as like face value. This is what it's going to be like. It's not going to be that cool or whatever. It's going to be great regardless. So just letting you know ahead of time, the things that I've been covering is not meant to be like a certain thing to like make the DLC not sound as cool. Of course it is, and of course I'm gonna play it. Yeah, by Thursday it's gonna everybody's out there. They say who Messmer is related to. Not in this post. We already know he's the son of America. We know that. That was confirmed. That's not even a leak. That was confirmed by Miyazaki himself. He said Messmer is the son of America, and I assumed, based on his red hair, the son of Radagon, but there's no confirmation on that, at least yet. So that might feel like it's intentional on that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We don't know who his dad is, and they don't say who his dad is either. The leaker doesn't confirm, so we don't figure out who the fuck his dad is. I assume it's Radagon, just because they already said his mother is Marika. But Marika did also marry Godfrey at one point, so that could be different. What if it was the... Even though we know the bosses, we don't know how the story plays out. Exactly, so take it with a grain of salt. Actually, not a grain of salt. Take it with a fucking spoonful of salt. Take it with a massive amount of salt to the point where if you eat any more salt, you will get a stroke from it. That's how much salt you should be taking with all of this information. Leaks, unfortunately, will ruin things. I'm only talking about it through speculation. I'm not showing it. I'm not enforcing the leaks. People are already aware of it before even me. I'm not the first person to think of this or talk about this. I see it going around on Reddit and Twitter, which is what prompted this stream. I don't respect leaks. I think leaking is lame. I think it harms the final product. It kills hype. It creates false expectations or narratives, and I'm aware of that. But that being said, it's still worth talking about because I just wasn't sure if it was real or not, and I wanted to discuss it with people who also have seen it, and I've come to the conclusion that it's real. Everything that I've seen is real. Everything that I've talked about, for the most part, is real. If it looks fake to you, if you've seen it and it looks fake, all I'm going to say is they already confirmed a day one patch is coming out. They already confirmed that a day one patch is being added to the DLC and the base game or whatever. So that's probably what's going to fix that. The people who are leaking are people who had review copies and early access copies, not me. Despite all of the leaks, the leaker said the DLC was like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Said it was damn near perfect. And yeah, hopefully this kind of gets you guys a little bit more enticed into the DLC. And hopefully it creates more hype, because I really want to see how people take on the Midir fight. Dude, fuck the Messmer fight. If you know, you know. I just, you know, after watching that, I want some chicken wings. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to hit up some Wingstop chicken wings for that. No sponsor, but yeah. Can you confirm that you can fight all 3 bosses that are considered the final ones? So from what they said is that one main boss is a boss that we've already fought before, a boss from the base game. The other 2 bosses are not bosses that we fought before, but are bosses that we know of. One of them being related to Chaos, one of them being related to Saint Trina. And depending on what you do in the DLC, it will change what the final boss is, from what I am hearing. Take that with an ass load of salt. Take that with a truckload of salt. Not even salt. Get the ocean and drain the ocean of its liquid and into pure solidified salt crystals. And that's how much salt you should take for that. That's how much salt you should take to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bathe in salt. Take a salt bath. Your decisions matter, yes. Obviously not too much, but more just like, I guess, who you follow, who you pledge your allegiance to in the DLC, changes what the ending boss fight is, I guess. Allegedly. Air quotes, allegedly. Take everything, salt, everything. Does it require you to kill 3 bosses to finish the DLC? No, I think it's like... So for the final boss of the DLC, there are a bunch of bosses. There's about 10. But for the final boss specifically, you have one boss fight that is a boss we've already fought before, one that's related to St. Trina, or one that's related to the Chaos Frenzy. And we don't know what those other fights look like, but we've seen the boss fight that we've already fought before, and it looks like the twin Lothric princes, except he can fucking walk. Imagine if, you know, I don't mean this in an offensive way, imagine if the twin Lothric princes weren't cursed and weren't crippled. Imagine if he stood up on both legs and ran at you and fucking threw himself at you. So 3 times you need to complete the DLC? That's what it's looking like. It's looking like they want to make some, you know, replay value out of it. Like they want you to play the DLC multiple times. The horseback is safe? Yes. You can't use a horse there. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. The leaks are real. They are definitely real. I'm probably gonna end it here. I think I'm gonna upload a quick little video about this if you guys want to re-listen or whatever. Again, just to reiterate, I have not shown any links, no images. I'm not associated with the leakers. It's on Reddit. It's all over. A dude is dropping gameplay on the 20th. I mean, I'm dropping gameplay. Yo, sub to me. Yo, I'm dropping gameplay. Yo, sub to my channel, bro. I'm making DLC builds, DLC stuff. I pretty much predicted the fucking lore of the DLC already. If you watch my Messmer video and my Miquella video, it'll make a lot of sense. It looks pretty fucking spot on. Again, we don't have the context, so I can't say for sure. But if you've seen the boss fights, you can look back at my videos and be like, damn, these are gonna age well. These are gonna age well. Damn, this video and this video that SYROBE made about the lore is gonna age pretty fucking well. For the most part. Not everything. Again, not 100% of everything, but if you've seen the fight, just based on who you're fighting, I can't make it more clear. Based on who you're fighting. Based on who you're fighting is kind of why I'm saying this. Godwin is not a boss. No, that was confirmed. There's no Godwin in the DLC. Or mentions of him, but no boss fight with Godwin. That was confirmed. Unless he's secret. But yeah, I'll be streaming. I'll be live streaming. I'll be making videos on my channel. If you haven't seen my other videos, I'll leave the link in the description. Go watch those if you want to brush up on the lore. I'm pretty sure what I said was true. A lot of people were saying that it's not true and dismissing it. But there were more people that were saying it was credible, and it was a lot of positive reception, more positive than negative, so I'm so happy about that. Thank you guys to everybody that kind of believed my speculation and conjecture. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other questions before I go? That's pretty much it. How do you see it clear leaks on YouTube? Uninstall the app. Get off YouTube, get off Reddit, get off Twitter. To avoid everything, get off Twitter, get off Reddit, get off everything. That's pretty much it. That's all. I'm probably going to upload a video about this, just talking about it. Yeah. I think that's it. So yeah, if you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're new here, be sure to keep an eye out for my next video. I'll probably upload a video today on this shit. We'll see. And if you guys missed anything, it'll be in that video. So yeah. See ya. Peace, 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 peace.